Hello, everyone, and this is Chillin' with Kenny C right here on TMVCafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. Very happy to be that this is the home to support independent music, especially here in the bluegrass state of Kentucky. And my guests for the evening are a dynamic duo out of Louisville. They are known for alternative folk type of music, very unique name, and they go by Molly Midnight Villains. They are with me right now. How's it going?
Great.
How you doing?
Good. I noticed there was a guest in the background. That was a kitty cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we may see a couple of cats.
Yeah, yeah,
That too.
yeah. We all for the special guest cameos. So I noticed it as I was doing my introduction. So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. But so I've met y'all
mhm.
once. I think it was at Al's Bar in
Yeah.
Lexington. So that was definitely earlier this year. And y'all definitely bring a very unique sound. So first things first, the name itself, Molly's Midnight Villains. Who came up with the name? How did it came about?
Well, whenever before we started playing together, I was playing music solo. I was doing more of like cover shows, long sets of covers and stuff like that. And I had a lot of people that I knew who were coming out to see me and stuff like that. And so we just sort of felt like it would make sense for my name to be in the name of the band to like make sure that people knew that it was my band. But then like
we did. It's funny because you don't really keep the same crowd when you switch to going doing covers between that and going to originals. It's like a completely different crowd of people who are interested. So all the people who are coming out to the old cover shows kind of stopped coming anyway.
We got a whole new group.
Yeah, but the name stuck. It's still a good name. So yeah.
We kind of, and I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of influences that are sort of darker kinds of things, metal and stuff like that. And Tom comes from a very metal background and stuff. So I don't know, it just felt right to have something that was kind of dark and spooky sounding. And our sound has kind of just moved in that direction more so since we started just over the years.
So when I saw y'all perform at Al's Bar earlier this year, I'm one of those people that likes to go to local music shows. I like going to live shows. I like to hear some original tunes from artists. And my first impression of Molly's Midnight Villains is that they are a very unique duo. Very unique, so there's some aura going here. And it was quite enlightening. So it got my attention.
Thank you.
So I did end up getting a selfie from them both during the set, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, I do come to Lexington off sometimes here and there. Y'all originally from Louisville. So how has Louisville embraced this style, this unique that music that y'all bring to the scene?
I feel like Louisville has more of a space for it now than when we first started. Because there's like some other kind of I don't know, kind of like spooky or gothic, like alt Americana type stuff going on now. We've got friends in Shadow of Southern Darkness and The Dead Speak and like bands like that that are doing like stuff that's just like a little bit similar to what we're doing. And I feel like that really helps a lot. When we first started out, I don't know if I don't think the Dead Speak were active yet when we first started, but yeah, I didn't know about any other bands that were terribly similar.
So we were mostly playing with just other whoever, kind of rock music or potentially other regular folk or stuff like that. I mean, we still play with like just kind of
we still play
general folk music and stuff like that. But now there's starting to be more of a scene for like sort of the Southern Gothic,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
alt folk kind of
alt
stuff.
folk stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like it is pretty cool. Louisville does have a decent number of venues and everything, so
yeah.
it's nice to, you know, have some spots to play and everything that
Mhm.
we feel
Mhm.
like get it,
Yeah.
get what we're going for.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know, a little heartwarming, a little open-minded, I guess you could
Yes.
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes an act like y'all will go through these challenges, like it, you know, people like got their own taste of music per se.
Sure.
Um, you know, I'm an open-minded person, and especially with music, like if you sound good, if you have something that y'all could bring to the table, then
Mhm.
and they're you know, Louisville is a quite a unique spot now as far as musically. There's a lot of talent out there. I've
Mhm.
made a lot of friends, all sorts of genres, and it's pretty cool that Lexington has embraced y'all too. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, we love going
um,
down to Lexington for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
so we love us some Molly's, you know, New Orleans. So it's pretty cool that they're welcoming with open arms and
It
everything.
Mhm.
is, yeah.
So as far as music itself, you know, as far as the folk sound, it's definitely different from Americana to
Mhm.
country to bluegrass. Now, for people that might not be familiar with folk, it may not have been like a popular genre as far as mainstream, but you
Mhm.
know, there are also mainstream artists that do have some folk influences per se. From your perspective, how would you describe the folk sound as far as what y'all do?
You know, what we're doing, I feel like it comes from like a lot of like much like older influences, you know, like a lot of I guess 60s sort of like folk and folk rock. You know, we listen to a lot of that stuff like the, you know, 60s folk revival type stuff, you know.
Grateful Dead and
Uh-huh. Yeah.
CCR,
Uh,
Creedence Clearwater Revival,
yeah,
and
yeah, that's sort of like the more rock direction of it.
right,
But
right.
yeah, we listen to a lot of the, I don't know, like well, I think I got you into Phil
Phil
Oakes.
Oakes.
You know, he's a big one for us. Um, but yeah, so I feel like we're not, our sound isn't really connected so much to like a lot of modern folk, like the sort of modern indie folk stuff. It's a lot more polished than what we do in terms of the production. And
Mhm.
we do something that's like really raw. When we record it, you know, we put down the guitars together, we track it kind of like closer to live. And we do all our recording in Lexington, actually, at Sneak Attack.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's our favorite. We love it there. So yeah, we're sort of more connected, I guess, to like a little bit of an older like folk and folk rock kind of tradition. You know, the folky stuff that occasionally makes it into the mainstream now. I feel like your Noah Kahan's, or I mean, Taylor Swift had a folk album that she put out, sort of, but it's so polished. It's basically a pop album, you know.
Mhm.
Like we're not terribly similar to any of that stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's important to have the acoustic
Mm,
instruments and the, you know, sort of uh, more like you're there in the room with them or sitting around a campfire kind of
yeah, yeah,
sound a little bit,
yeah,
you know, just like
yeah. Something that's real raw and
organic.
stripped down, kind of. So
You know.
yeah, that's the kind of sound we're going for. You know, that's a lot of the folk stuff that we listen to that influences us. You
Mhm.
know. So.
Now, folk does indeed have the campfire vibes. I agree with that. You know,
Uh-huh.
get you know, surround yourself with your friends, get the marshmallow in there in the middle. So yeah, I've grown to love folk music mostly because of just being in the music scene and seeing what the genre meant to so many local artists in
Mhm.
Lexington, and Louisville, and other places. So yeah, you know, yeah, even Taylor Swift is, you know, the biggest artist in the world.
Uh-huh.
kind of sorta, I mean, in tune with it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But this genre's been around for a long time. At least now it's starting to get a bit more recognition.
Mhm.
And so it's good. It's a good
Yeah.
time for the folk music community.
Mhm.
To
Sure.
and I've always been I was with folk music before folk music was cool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
I'm glad I can say, look, I was here first. I
Yeah.
was
For
there
sure.
when people was like folk music, like yeah, it's folk music. It's
Mhm.
either you with it or you don't, man. It's I'll hang out with y'all on the campfire and listen and things
For
like
sure.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so y'all have released 2 records together.
Yeah.
The previous record was back in 2023. Now I just realized that the first time that I met y'all, y'all was doing a show with a fellow actor by the name of Sad Black Lab.
Yeah.
I love those folks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're the
Just
best.
awesome people, and they
Yeah.
are featured on the record.
Yeah.
So talk about the collaboration with Sad Black Lab.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
super fun. It's funny, it sort of came about. We had that song written and we had tried to record it initially at another studio, and the version that we got of it came out like okay, but we weren't crazy about it. So we were like, we're gonna try this again at Sneak Attack. And then I had the idea that was like, oh, well, let's do something different with it. If we're re-recording it anyway, let's get Sad Black Lab in on it. And we reached out to them and they were like all about it right away.
Mhm. We had already been playing with them for years and
Yeah,
friends for a
yeah,
long time and stuff. So
yeah, yeah.
they were into it.
Yeah, they really get what we're going for. They
Mhm.
know our music as well as anybody. So when they came into the studio, like they already had parts all worked out.
They were
And
such pros.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
at the time it was
Ellis.
Alice was playing bass and it
Yeah.
was Greg and Emily, of course. And, they just all each had brought such great parts to it and just knocked it out. And it was so fun spending the day in the studio and everything. So
Yeah.
it was just a great time.
Yeah.
And then we performed it at our
At the
album release for
Uh-huh.
that record. And we just kind of, when we were practicing for it, we were like, oh, we could also just kind of practice to do live this other song that we
Uh-huh.
have that's more of just like a sort of a simple blues
Hmm.
type of song, called Strange Strange Friends.
Hmm.
And they didn't record it on the album with us, but we just played it at their album release and it went great. It was
Yeah,
really fun.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a really good time.
Yeah, they're just such professional musicians. Anything you throw at them, like they're gonna work out good parts and like,
Mhm.
Emily always puts down great solos.
yeah.
So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was super fun. And after we did So Below together, then they invited us to do a song on their album that they were working on. So we did Steps with them.
Yeah.
And that was super fun too.
Mhm.
So each of those albums, there's a one track where we're all together.
Collaborating.
So, yeah.
Sad Black collab.
Sad Black Lab. Yeah, I love the it was definitely the chemistry was there from the start. And we rarely get these collaborations like on people's local albums per se.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see the collaborations in person,
Mhm.
Yeah.
making a guest appearance, but the fact that y'all have worked on each other records shows the friendship that y'all have, the same passion, and that it worked out for everybody. So it's a good camaraderie that y'all got going. So good Lexington and Louisville
Yeah.
feels to it. So hey,
Yeah.
look, there's a narrative, Lexington, Louisville, here and there, but we do get along with each other.
Yeah.
We can be competitive in some elements, but
Uh-huh.
hey, it is what it is. So now I see y'all got a show coming up in September, September 26th in particular. Talk about that show y'all got coming up.
Yeah, that's a Dark Castle Festival here in Louisville. It's gonna be 3 days of just dark, spooky stuff.
Gothic. It's
Yeah.
more of like a specifically goth festival, which we
Uh,
haven't really done that many of those kind of things yet. But we're really excited about it. The guy who's running it, he was just so smart about like doing because usually when you hear about goth music, it's almost always like industrial and dark wave and new wave and stuff like that. And which is awesome. I love that stuff. But he was also incorporating these other bands that are doing a gothic thing, but from more of either a folk perspective or a like just a regular rock perspective,
Yeah, yeah.
like the Dead Speak and Saddle of Southern Darkness and us.
Uh,
And so, and Iris Marlowe, who's another friend of ours who's from Chicago, she's going to come down for that festival.
mhm.
So, you know, he's got all kind of a bunch of those type of bands on one of the days of the
Yeah.
festival. So it's a really cool organization of, you know, just like bringing that kind of music to the goth crowd, because a lot of them had not heard it before because they're hearing more of the industrial stuff and all that.
Mhm.
So we played one other show and at the same venue at Art Sanctuary where that's going to be, and it was with Vision Video, who is like a
Sort of
pretty
dark-
well known
Yeah, they're like a dark wave goth thing out of somewhere in Georgia.
Atlanta, I think, or
Atlanta.
somewhere near there.
Yeah.
And they the lead singer is Goth Dad on the internet, on like TikTok and stuff like that, I think. So
Uh-huh.
he's like a pretty well-known figure.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there was a bunch of people out for it, and you know, we got to open for them, and it was just like
Oh yeah, the crowd really.
they loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
They
they
loved
loved
us.
it,
And I was
yeah.
like, we've never seen any of these people at any of our shows because it's just a totally different circle, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just a great like crossover kind of.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
that was so cool. So yeah, that's like a lot of those people are going to be out for Dark Castle. And so
Yeah.
this is going to be a really cool, we're so excited about it. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be an awesome show. And
Yeah.
a lot of other people that we know are playing, and it's just we get to hang out for the whole weekend and sell merch the whole time and
Yeah.
all of that. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
We actually have a couple of other shows, like smaller deal shows prior to that, but we are going to play. We just now booked a show in Lexington, September 14th. We're going to play at Al's Bar.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. We just we are playing with Oxide Daisies. We haven't played with them before, but we had talked to them about shows a couple times, so
Yeah.
we're excited that that
Mhm.
came through. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
booked today.
Mhm.
And we've got a
Wow.
show on September 6th up in Louisville at a place called Rosetta Chapel. That's like, I don't know if it's new, but it's like a DIY kind of venue.
Uh-huh. But Sad
So-
Black Lab will be at that one.
Yeah, Sad Black Lab's going to be there, and Eric McM, who is from Lexington as well, the accordion player for Caravan Discordia, and he's been in a
He's-
bunch of other
yeah,
projects.
he's
You
done a
know, he's
bunch
been
of
playing
stuff.
with Carrie Nation and the Speakeasy around. He's like went to Europe with them and stuff. So
Mhm.
he's going to come up and play at that show on September 6th. So that's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So they got some shows coming up to end the summer.
Mhm.
And then they got some shows to get ready for the fall,
Uh-huh.
which I'm gonna assume that's your favorite season.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are correct.
Yeah.
So, hey, the assumption is true. I mean, I get it. A lot of people are just done with the humid
Uh-huh.
here in Kentucky. Like, I'm a summer guy. I'm not gonna apologize for it, but I do like the fall because that's the hoodie season.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, you know, and summer, I love y'all, but I think we all can need a little breather from you. You just getting too overwhelmed. I was in my car the next few days and it said 100 degrees. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, what are we Kentucky? Are we Arizona? Like,
Oh,
what is going on?
Uh,
But y'all check out this incredible duo, Molly's Midnight Villains. They're gonna be they got merch, they got CDs, they got all sorts of merch. Please support this dynamic duo. Check out the latest project, which came out a year ago. It's available on all streaming platforms. The name of the album is The Rich Folk Codex. It definitely sounds like a book title. Definitely something, you know. And it's an incredible project. So congrats to y'all on everything. It was nice to meet y'all. And
Yeah.
I just look forward to hearing more from y'all in the foreseeable future. And just continue with everything that y'all doing. I think what I admire about you both is that y'all are you just stay true to yourselves and very authentic. And it shows what the shows with y'all do with the music that you present and y'all just all around good people. So
Thank you so
Louisville definitely have a lot of real ones in the city.
much.
Y'all are in that category. So well, thank y'all for your time. Y'all can check them out on all social medias. Just look up Molly's. That's apostrophe S. Midnight Villains. You can just look that up on Facebook. There's their Instagram. They there. Yeah, they're there. So go check them out. Thank y'all for your time. Y'all got any final words or anything else y'all want to say?
Well, we do, to let everybody know, we do have a song that's gonna be coming out soon.
Oh yeah, we got a new song dropping in like 2 weeks.
It'll be on Friday the 13th
Yeah,
of
Friday.
September.
Yeah.
It's a spooky song, as you may have guessed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just finished like recording that pretty recently. So yeah, we're excited about it.
Yeah.
All right, new music coming. Ironically, on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
It feels like people are gonna turn that. That's like an unofficial Halloween.
Yeah.
day. Like it don't matter the month. Like that's like a, I don't know. Can you call it Halloween Junior? Per se? Can you call it an alternative holiday per se? Like yeah. People gonna do what they want anyway, so yeah. But thank y'all. Continue with everything, and y'all enjoy your holiday weekend. Thanks again.
You too.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye bye.